Purpose of this video is for folks who are considering BottlePOS or maybe currently using BottlePOS to compare it against the Cloud Retailer point-of-sale software. Now, both of these software programs are designed specifically for beer, wine, and liquor stores in the United States. So let's dive in and talk just about 5 or 6 key differences between BottlePOS and Cloud Retailer POS. So first is going to be cost. From talking to folks who use BottlePOS, your upfront costs are around $1,000 to $1,300 for the software, hardware, and training. If we look at Cloud Retailer, we have a one-time cost of $650 plus the cost of a Surface Go 3 or computer and touchscreen, and that's also a one-time per lane cost. So when all is said and done, they're actually pretty similar in the upfront costs. So let's dive into something that covers a little bit more of the differences. So we're looking at the point of sale screen for BottlePOS, and you can see it's fairly well laid out. I think my only concern from folks trying to use this is the background images. I'm not sure if those can be changed, but that's a bit busy trying to look at as a cashier, where if we look at the Cloud Retailer screen, we can see it's quite clean and simple and easy to use. Right, let's look up something in BottlePOS because we want to look at the differences in the age verification. So what I'm seeing here is that we have to manually enter the age verification or the birth date information. I know there is an option to use a 2D scanner with BottlePOS, but I'm not seeing how that works with the system or if there are additional costs for that type of hardware. Whereas if we move over to the Cloud Retailer point of sale software, which has the built-in age verification, we can scan in an item, and then when we go to our subtotal, it is going to ask for us to either enter or we can scan a driver's license, and it will take care of all that for us. And that scanner is the same scanner that's used to scan products. Again, it might be optional in BottlePOS, but I'm just looking at the demo that was provided versus the Cloud Retailer and seeing that Cloud Retailer has a better age verification, being that you can scan the driver's license. Okay, now let's dig into some of the back office or manager parts of BottlePOS. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is when it comes to the inventory management. So let's start with categories. When we look at BottlePOS, we're only seeing options for categories. We can add a category in a category group, but that appears to be it. Whereas if we go over to the Cloud Retailer point of sale software, products and product categories, we actually have the option to have 3 levels of inventory, so like departments, categories, subcategories, which is nice, breaking down the inventory into different layers, which makes it easier for reporting and tracking what's selling and not selling, things like that. Right, let's look at another difference between Cloud Retailer and BottlePOS, where Cloud Retailer is a little more advanced. It's going to be when it comes to ordering. So in BottlePOS, when we go to do an order, we basically have the option to only manually add items. So we'll select the supplier, and then we can search for a product. and we can order, let's just do a case, and then we have the item added. I'm not seeing any options in BottlePOS to have the system create purchase orders for me based on sales data, minimum stock levels, things like that. So let's go over to Cloud Retailer and let's go into Tools, and what we have, we can still do a manual purchase order in Cloud Retailer. However, we also have the option to do supplier purchase planning. Where this comes in handy is if you want to have the system create some purchase orders for you. And I'll show you a couple of the options how that can be done. So we'll select our suppliers, and then we're going to calculate our quantity to order. We can do that based on reorder points, so that's like those minimum stock levels. When we get down to, say, 10 Smirnoff vodkas, we want to order another case, or we want to order 20. We can also do it on past sales. And this is handy because then we can set a date range, and the system is going to look at our historical data. We've got some options too, a little more advanced as far as looking at the on hand, pending purchase orders, and of course ordering in cases. And then basically the system is going to look at all the historical data and then create some purchase orders for us. Again, this is handy versus having to manually add everything. Even if you don't use it for your entire inventory, there's an advantage here to having the system help you along and save some time versus manually adding items for ordering. So that is definitely a win on the Cloud Retailer side of things when it comes to inventory management within a beer, wine, and liquor store. All right, we just got a couple more to go here. One thing I could not find for BottlePOS is any sort of an app, like something you could use on your smartphone, whether it be an Android or an iOS, an Apple iPhone or similar. Now, BottlePOS does say you can use an iPad for back office functions, but you cannot use it for any sort of selling. So Cloud Retailer is a little bit different in that we have a couple of options to use mobile or handheld devices. So at the top end, we have a Android handheld, and that's it's similar to something that you would see in a grocery store when they go up and down the aisles to do the ordering. And this works great for purchasing, receiving, physical inventory counts, things like that. We also have a free basic app that you can use on an iPhone or an Android phone that does some basic sales reporting, age verification if you need it, as well as just like some spot checking on inventory and things like that, just some sort of a basic level, and that's why it's free. All right, so I think we are down to the last comparison item here. One thing that BottlePOS does is they do what is called cash discounting. So you have a non-cash price and a cash price. So basically, there are some disadvantages to that. One is then you have to advertise your non-cash price. So that sign in the window for the 18 pack of Bud Light has to show the non-cash price, which may be higher than the liquor store down the street. So it puts you as a little bit of a disadvantage, as well as not all states and counties and cities approve having a cash discounting program. So what Cloud Retailer does is we have what's called dual pricing. So as you can see, I rang up these items. We have a cash total and a card total. And then when we get to the subtotal screen, you'll also see right now if I select cash, we have a cash price, and then we have a credit or debit price. Now the nice thing about doing dual pricing, besides that it means that your customers are covering your credit card processing or your merchant services fees, or at least about 90% of those fees, is that this is legal in all 50 states, and it means you can still advertise that cash price. So again, that Bud Light 18 pack sign that you have in the window can show your lower cash price. So then you're competitive with the other liquor stores or maybe lower. So there's definitely an advantage to using the cash discounting that Cloud Retailer offers. So all in all, for a medium, large, or even a small independently owned liquor store, the Cloud Retailer point of sale software definitely has some additional options that make your life easier, as well as being very competitive price-wise. The other advantage with Cloud Retailer, I couldn't quite find the monthly cost for Bottle POS. I've heard it's about $60 to $70 a month. Cloud Retailer starts at $0 for the ongoing monthly subscription. Cloud Retailer also has 24/7 support, and we are available at 888-267-7483. You can also go to cloudretailer.com or email us at sales@cloudretailer.com, or there's a form here you can fill out on the website as well. All right, I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch the video and see the key differences between Bottle POS and Cloud Retailer POS. Definitely, again, giving the nominal price difference as well as the lower ongoing cost for Cloud Retailer, the more advanced options, especially when it comes to inventory management, purchasing, and more options available for using a mobile device like your smartphone. And of course, the amazing savings that liquor stores are reporting by using dual pricing in Cloud Retailer versus the cash discounting option that Bottle POS offers. I'd say it's worth your time to take a look at Cloud Retailer POS for beer, wine, and liquor stores. Thanks for watching.